Before watching the video, please subscribe and hit the like button. As we age, there's a growing expectation to be open and transparent with family about everything, from our finances to our health. But complete openness isn't always the path to peace. In fact, holding back certain personal details can help protect your dignity, independence, and emotional well-being. This isn't about secrecy, it's about wisdom. In today's hyper-connected world, we're constantly encouraged to share every detail of our lives. For seniors, this pressure often comes from well-meaning family members who believe they need to know everything to provide proper care and support. Children might insist on having access to your bank accounts, just in case, or expect detailed reports after every doctor's visit. However, maintaining some personal boundaries isn't just reasonable. It's essential for your mental health and continued sense of autonomy. Research from the Stanford Center on Longevity suggests that maintaining a sense of control over personal information contributes significantly to well-being in later years. Consider Martha, 72, whose children began questioning every purchase after she shared her complete financial situation. Or James, 68, whose casual mention of occasional knee pain led to his family treating him like he was suddenly fragile and incapable.
This guide isn't about encouraging secrets that could harm you
or your loved ones. Critical health information, estate planning, and emergency contacts should absolutely be shared with appropriate family members. Rather, it's about finding the delicate balance between necessary transparency and preserving your dignity. In the following chapters, we'll explore specific areas where selective sharing might serve you better than complete disclosure, and provide practical strategies for maintaining healthy boundaries while still keeping your family relationships strong and supportive. Remember, you've spent a lifetime developing wisdom. Now is the time to apply that wisdom to what you share, when you share it, and with whom. Revealing every detail of your financial situation to your children or extended family might seem responsible, but it can change how they see you. If you're doing well, you might find expectations rising, gifts, support, or even judgments about how you spend your money. If you're struggling, it could invite unwanted worry, control, or advice. Instead, have a clear will and estate plan in place. But keep day-to-day finances to yourself. Your financial independence is your right, and keeping it private is one way to maintain control and peace. Consider Barbara, 70, who proudly shared her investment portfolio with her adult children. After her husband passed, within months, her son was asking for a loan for his business venture, while her daughter questioned why Barbara was still living so modestly when she could afford more. What began as transparency quickly became a source of tension. On the flip side, Richard, 68, made the mistake of revealing his financial struggles to his children. Before he knew it, they were scrutinizing his grocery receipts, suggesting he sell his beloved classic car, and having family meetings about his spending habits without him present. Financial boundaries aren't selfish, they're necessary. Here's how to maintain them. First, work with a trusted financial advisor and attorney to create comprehensive estate plans, including wills, advance directives, and possibly trusts. Then, designate one person, perhaps a trusted child or professional, as your financial power of attorney for emergencies or incapacity. Share this framework with your family. I've made arrangements for emergencies and for the future. My day-to-day finances remain my responsibility. If pressed, a simple, "I appreciate your concern, but I've got this handled," maintains boundaries without confrontation. For those comfortable with technology, consider using a password manager to store financial information that can only be accessed in genuine emergencies. Some services allow emergency access to designated contacts after a predetermined waiting period. Remember that financial privacy doesn't mean keeping secrets that could harm your family after you're gone. It means maintaining your dignity and independence while you're here, while still being responsible about the future. Your money is more than numbers, it represents your life's work and choices. You've earned the right to manage it as you see fit. It's natural to face new aches and pains with age, but sharing every little health complaint can lead your family to overact, treat you as fragile, or insist on constant checkups. Of course, serious medical conditions should be communicated, but for everyday discomforts, self-care and discretion may be more empowering. You're not hiding, you're choosing peace over panic. Take Harold, 73, who casually mentioned his occasional dizziness when standing up too quickly during a family dinner. Within days, his daughter had scheduled 3 specialist appointments, and his son was researching assisted living just to be prepared. What Harold didn't get to explain was that his doctor had already addressed this as a minor blood pressure issue that was under control.
Or consider Eleanor, 68, who found herself suddenly uninvited from her
grandchildren's soccer games after mentioning her arthritic knee, despite having attended every game for years without incident. "They're trying to protect me," she explained, "but they're actually just isolating me." Here's a balanced approach to sharing health information. For serious conditions, cancer diagnosis, major surgeries, heart problems, clear communication with at least one trusted family member ensures proper support when needed. Consider designating a health advocate who respects your wishes about how much to share with the wider family. For minor issues, seasonal allergies, occasional insomnia, garden variety aches, practice discernment. Ask yourself, is sharing this information helpful to me or my family? If the answer is no, it's perfectly acceptable to keep it to yourself. When well-meaning family members press for details, prepared responses help. "Thank you for your concern, but it's just a regular checkup," or "this is something my doctor and I are managing well." Many seniors find that a health journal helps them track patterns without alarming family members. This information becomes valuable for medical appointments without becoming dinner table conversation. Remember that protecting your family from worry is admirable, but not at the expense of getting proper care when you truly need it. The goal isn't secrecy, but appropriate sharing that maintains both your independence and your support network. When children argue or siblings disagree, you might feel the urge to step in or take sides. But offering your honest opinion, even with good intentions, can backfire, leaving you blamed or misunderstood. Saying something like, "I love you both,
and I hope you work it out together can preserve harmony.
Staying neutral doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care about keeping the family bond strong. Margaret, 75, learned this lesson the hard way when her daughter and son-in-law were considering divorce. When asked directly what she thought, Margaret shared her honest assessment of the situation, mentioning that her son-in-law seemed unwilling to compromise, though the couple eventually reconciled. Her relationship with her son-in-law remains strained years later. "He still thinks I don't respect him," she confides. "I was just trying to help." Similarly, Robert, 69, found himself inadvertently fueling the fire when his 2 adult children disagreed over how to handle their mother's birthday celebration. His attempt to mediate by sharing what he thought his late wife would have wanted only intensified the argument with each child. believing Robert was siding with the other. Family dynamics become increasingly complicated as children enter middle age themselves, establish their own families, and face their own challenges. Your role as the elder statesperson of the family is not to judge or direct, but to be the steady presence that holds everyone together. When family conflicts arise, consider these approaches. Listen without judging. Simply being a compassionate ear can provide tremendous value without risking your neutrality. Reflect but don't direct. It sounds like you're really frustrated. Acknowledges feelings without taking sides. Offer perspective, not solutions. Family disagreements have come and gone throughout the years. Reminds everyone of the bigger picture without telling them what to do. When pressed to take sides, gentle deflection works wonders. I love you too much to get between you, or I trust you'll find your way through this. Remember that your children, even as adults, may still seek your approval and validation. Your neutrality isn't abandonment, it's a gift that allows them to resolve conflicts without the added pressure of winning or losing your favor. By preserving your neutrality, you remain a safe harbor for all family members, keeping doors open that might otherwise close permanently. We all have things we wish we'd done differently, missed chances, lost time, things unsaid. But sharing regrets with loved ones can sometimes cause unintended pain. Telling your children, I wish I had been around more when you were little, may leave them feeling like their childhood was incomplete or second best. Some reflections are better kept between you and your journal, your prayers, or a close friend who truly understands your journey. Frank, 77, learned this lesson when he expressed to his son how deeply he regretted missing so many baseball games due to his demanding career. I thought I was apologizing, Frank explains, but my son later told me it made him question all the happy memories he did have of me. He started wondering if I was actually present, even when I was physically there. Similarly, Dorothy, 82, shared with her daughter how she wished she'd pursued her own education rather than supporting her husband's career, only to watch her daughter become visibly upset. Mom, does that mean you regret having us when you did? Her daughter asked. Though Dorothy quickly reassured her that wasn't the case, the conversation cast a shadow over what had been a pleasant visit. Aging naturally brings reflection, and some regrets are inevitable. The question isn't whether to acknowledge these feelings, but rather with whom and how to share them. Consider creating a circle of disclosure, concentric rings of confidence, with whom different levels of vulnerability are appropriate. Your innermost circle might include a therapist, spiritual advisor, or lifelong friend. The middle circle could include peers who share similar life experiences. Family members, particularly your children, often belong in an outer circle where more filtered sharing is appropriate. When the urge to confess regrets to family arises, first, ask yourself, what's my purpose in sharing this? Who benefits? If the answer is only your own emotional relief, consider finding another outlet. For processing deeper regrets, many find solace in creative expression, writing memoirs, private or public, painting or music, that transforms painful reflections into something meaningful, without burdening loved ones. Remember that your children cherish their understanding of you and their childhood. Preserving that narrative can sometimes be the final gift of good parenting. While having your affairs in order is essential, giving your family full access to your finances can shift relationships in uncomfortable ways. Your wealth, or lack of it, might become the focus, overshadowing who you are and the life you've lived. Privacy here isn't selfish. It's a way to maintain dignity and keep your relationships centered on love, not money. Thomas, 79, a retired engineer who had saved diligently throughout his career, decided to be completely transparent about his finances during a family meeting. I thought I was being responsible, he recalls. Instead, my son-in-law started suggesting investment opportunities. My daughter began discussing home renovations they could help me with. And my youngest suddenly remembered his student loans. What was meant to be information sharing quickly became an uncomfortable negotiation. Contrast this with Elaine, 74, who maintained careful boundaries around her financial information. She worked with her attorney to create a clear estate plan and simply informed her children that everything was arranged and documented with her lawyer. They know they'll be taken care of, but our Sunday dinners remain about family, not finances, she explains. Financial privacy creates several important protections. It prevents family members from making premature plans based on anticipated inheritances or financial support that may change with your needs or wishes. It reduces the risk of financial exploitation, which sadly increases with age, even among trusted family members who may rationalize pre-inheritance withdrawals. It allows you to maintain control over charitable giving or support to causes that family members might question or oppose. Most importantly, it ensures that your relationships remain based on genuine connection, rather than financial expectations. The right approach balances preparation with privacy. Work with financial and legal professionals to create comprehensive documentation, wills, trusts, powers of attorney, advance directives, and inform your family about the existence of these documents and how to access them when necessary. A professional executor or trustee can provide additional protection. Remember that financial privacy doesn't mean keeping secrets that could harm your family after you're gone. It means maintaining your dignity and independence while you're here, while still being responsible about the future. Choosing not to share every thought or detail isn't being secretive. It's choosing peace over pressure, wisdom over reaction, and dignity over drama. You've earned the right to protect your inner world. After all, not every truth needs an audience. Sometimes, silence is the most loving thing you can offer to yourself and those around you. As you navigate your golden years, remember that discretion isn't deception, it's discernment. The boundaries you maintain aren't walls that separate you from loved ones, but rather the foundations that support healthy relationships. They allow you to remain the parent, grandparent, or friend that your family needs, rather than becoming simply a source of worry, financial support, or conflict resolution. In a world that increasingly values oversharing, your thoughtful restraint stands as a powerful reminder that wisdom often speaks in quiet tones. The generation that remembers the value of privacy has much to teach a world that has nearly forgotten it. You've spent a lifetime developing judgment and perspective. Trust that wisdom now, knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when to simply hold your peace. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe and hit the like button.